first question I want to ask y'all is around DeMar DeRozan, because since we last talked, the Sacramento Kings acquired DeMar DeRozan, the 3-team sign and trade deal. First question I just want to know, just in general, what do you think about DeRozan's fit in Sacramento?
I like it. I like that Sacramento found himself another bucket.
Yes.
Another consistent bucket.
A clutch bucket.
Yeah.
Sabonis has another trustworthy outlet to pass to. Because Sacramento was a good squad. I don't know what happened last year. Honestly,
let me tell you what happened last year. I can tell you exactly what happened. You want to know?
What happened?
The West is just good.
West is cold.
They were third in the West 2 years ago. They lost 2 more games this past year, and they were a playing team.
Nuts.
Damn.
Like, it was 2 games different between this season and last season, and that was the difference between being third in the West and the playing team in the West. It's crazy out there.
So with that, then DeRozan should at least give them back that fighting chance to where they play just above. The West is really good, and it's stacked, and it's good defensive teams too. Like, it's not just like stacked offense; it's good defensive teams as well. Losing Harrison Barnes and getting DeRozan, it doesn't really change that much defensively. I was looking at the defensive ratings. I was looking at a bunch of it's probably like a 2-point difference.
The edge goes to Barnes,
correct? But again, it's like 114 to 116 or some shit like that. It ain't really that much. But to that point,
the Harrison Barnes now is not the same one we saw in like Golden State.
Yeah,
correct. But this Barnes still is
a good player.
Good player. He
absolutely
started all 82 games last year and the year before, so he's still a very consistent player. He's very much available when you need him to be. I think he averaged like 12 points a game last year, but he also shot like 38% from three. So you lose a good 3-point shooter, you lose a bigger body, but Sacramento as a whole shot like 36-37%, which is still, as a team, good
from
in
three.
NBA.
You talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
So like DeRozan, he's like 33%. So you lose a 3-point shooter, but you were still surrounded by other shooters. You still got the Monks, you still got the Herders, you still got Sabonis still shot really good. Murray, Fox shot pretty good from 3 last. Like, the whole team is a good shooting squad. So losing Barnes and adding DeRozan, you lose that shooter, sure, but you add a guaranteed bucket in essence.
And to that, you're losing a 3-point shooter, but you are getting a mid-range assassin.
Exactly.
And he's going to be at the 3 again still. So you swap him 3 for 3. You lose a little bit of size because Barnes is like 6'8" and DeRozan 6'6", but still, like,
because they even use Harrison Barnes can also be a small ball 4 at times. Right. So I wonder if they're going to use Keegan Murray in that as that utility, 4-man, because even about the starting lineup. Because, of course, you got Fox, you got Sabonis, you got DeRozan now, and you got Murray. So it's like, who was the 5th starter? Keon Ellis? Like, that's probably where I would go, because to your point about the offense, like, there is a lot of shooting. So having Keon Ellis be out there as, like, that defensive dude, I think that balance just works really well for the team. And I know, like, my first thought was like, dang, that defense ain't going to be nothing. But then I realized
Sabonis is top 25.
I mean, the defense still wasn't great as a team,
right?
A whole concept.
True.
And they are smaller now. It's not like Harrison Barnes was like a beast on the boards or nothing like that. But they're gonna have to gang rebound a bit. But listen, if they can have an elite offense and the defense can just be all right,
that'll get them somewhere.
That's how they got there before.
Yeah, exactly.
How you feel about it, Ken?
DeRozan, again, like, he's a guaranteed bucket. Like, DeRozan, like, I think that is really what's going to help them more. Of course, like, Harrison Barnes on the defensive end was better or more elite, but just knowing that, we can get that scoring every night from DeRozan helps, like, tremendously. And it takes a lot of pressure off of Fox. He can be more of a facilitator and, like, pick his spots and get his buckets when he needs to.
Play off ball a little bit too.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that overall the offense is going to be, like, a lot better than it was last year for sure.
And I think that's smart to do, because you look at the makeup of the team, it's like, let's go in on offense. It's kind of the argument I was making for the Bucks with Griffin last year, where it's like, if you can be elite offensively and the defense can just be okay, but show up when it needs to, I think you have a formula to do something. Like, the West is so deep where it's like, just getting a talent upgrade. No disrespect to Harrison Barnes at all, but like, DeMar DeRozan is a more talented player.
For sure.
So, like, just adding more talent, I think, is a good thing for the squad. And on top of that, too, like, I mean, I said clutch buckets. Like, Fox is been a real big clutch scorer for the Kings. And now you add in DeRozan, who's also one of the NBA's best clutch scorers. So, like, now when you get into the fourth, and he gets it a different way, because, like we said, mid-range assassin, mid-range maestro. You can give DeRozan the ball and like, just get us one, please. Like, just go get us a bucket. And he can go and get y'all a bucket in a different way than what Fox can do. And then you add just like the 3-man game between him and Sabonis and Fox. Like,
it's going to be lovely.
If y'all can unlock the offense in a different way too. And if he can be more willing to shoot more threes, not because he's not a bad 3-point shooter, quote unquote. He ain't a great one, but he's not bad at it. And I just wonder, too, if the spacing and just the movement of the team can get him a few more looks from three that he might be willing to take. But even yet and still, if he just can, the ball moving, get him wide open, he can walk into a mid-range. Like, there's so many different things he can do with that ball. Yeah. I like the fit. I get why Sacramento did this. And this is the biggest free agent signing in, like, Sacramento Kings history. Like,
okay. Wow.
They don't think about who has come to Sacramento. Like, it's normally not big free agents.
I'm trying to think,
Then I saw Gilbert Arenas and them clowning the crap out of Sacramento. I said, golly, I see how y'all try to get y'all content views. They went in on Sacramento. Terrible place to be. All them ugly people. I said, okay.
Yeah,
they went in.
Shit.
But let me ask y'all this. I just mentioned how stacked the West is. I think it was 48 wins for the Kings 2 years ago, 46 wins for them this past year. And again, they went from a third seed to a play-in team. Ken, you know this better than anyone because you a Lakers fan. So you watch Western Conference games a lot. Do you think the addition of DeRozan changes the landscape of the West, gives the Kings like a better chance to really compete for a championship? Or do you think that they just kind of loading up a little bit more? Because everybody else around them is loading up a little bit more, and it doesn't really change how you see them. Like, they didn't change their tier from like playoff team to contending team. Like, how do you see the landscape of the West?
I think it's going to be kind of where they are now. They're a playoff team, and the reason being is because of how stacked the West is, and then everybody around them is elevating too. So it's different. Like if it was just them and it's like, okay, now everybody else is falling off. Like, of course, we got the Clippers, don't know what the Clippers are going to be next year, really. And then Golden State, really don't know what Golden State's going to be. We expect Dallas to be back where they're going to be.
Right.
So it's just like, Lakers, of course, where I got them at. And then you still got, the Nuggets and
you have Memphis back with Ja.
And then the Pelicans. Like, the Pelicans could be a team that just come out of nowhere and
Timberwolves, Thunder.
Exactly. So it's just like it's too many stacked teams that it's no disrespect to them, but like, this is a great move, but I don't think it's going to do anything for them like right now. And again, DeRozan is a great player. Like, I wish he came to LA. So it's just like, but
I thought he would have, honestly.
He's from there too. That's why I thought, he was at the Kendrick concert. I was like,
he was in the video.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, put a Laker jersey on. we be out here, shit.
Tim, how about you? Think it changes the landscape of the West at all, having DeRozan out there?
I'm just looking at, like, again,
the standings
where the teams were.
Thunder,
the biggest drop.
Nuggets, Timberwolves, Clippers, Mavericks, Suns, Lakers, Pelicans. All 8 of these teams finished ahead of Sacramento last year.
And Lakers finished ahead of them by 1 win. Pelicans by 3. Phoenix by 3. Like, I feel like DeRozan can be that extra 3-4 wins, for them. And I think the Clippers would be the team that kind of fall out of there, because like I said, we don't know what they would be. I'm expecting a drop off, losing of talent like Paul George.
Yeah, you expect them to fall off. Yeah.
So I'm expecting them to be around where Sacramento is, but I'm also expecting Memphis to kind of take their leap back to where they were.
What type of jump are you expecting from San Antonio? Because Harrison Barnes did go to San Antonio in this trade. Now you got Chris Paul. You got a couple of good vets over there. They got their core still. Wemby is, he just going to...
Him with Chris Paul, though, man.
I know.
Barnes is going to be
that could be ugly.
Like, Barnes is going to be a really good addition for them, too, because he's a starter
absolutely.
Still.
Yeah.
So,
that's a good vet to have.
It's a really good vet. It's going to change the way some of the younger cats... It's kind of... To my point later about the Pistons. But, like, having the type of vets that they brought in, it not only helps with developing the younger talent, but it also helps the talent kind of get into good and better positions for development.
Yeah.
It helps to be able to have somebody to look up to, or somebody to see the work ethic. You've been in the league for a while. You've been doing this for a minute. So you kind of understand, like, okay, what are your eating habits? What are your practice habits? I even if I don't want to be you as a player, I want to be consistent in the league. Or I want the longevity that you've had in the league. Like, what do you do to kind of stick around?
Yeah.
You playing in my position, so I know I got got to compete against you now, so I have to be better if I want to continue to keep my starting spot. Things of that nature. All bringing in vets like that helps. So San Antonio, I feel like they might. I wanted to say they could push for a play-in, but I don't know if that leap is going to be crazy like that. But it's going to be close.
We said all these. We even say Houston.
I've been looking at you.
And with Sagoon healthy back, they've been built like the West is ridiculous, crazy, fam. It's gonna be fun. Like,
and within the West, like everything like happens in stretches too. Like it'll be a stretch of like a month or two where somebody hot as hell. Then all of a sudden you be like, if you lose 3, you lose 4, like you dropping to like 6 or 7, you like, bam, like this shit is ugly.
It's gonna be another one of them seasons in the West. I feel like
it's gonna be fun.
It is. I'm real excited about it.
I forgot that they picked up DeJounte Murray.
Pelicans.
That's why I said the Pelicans. Like, yeah, that was like
you might want to move your mic a little closer. I never thought I would say that, but
this nigga, he got the bullhorn voice today.
I ain't yelling in this motherfucker.
Yeah, there you go. But not like the wet. Like this is the kind of movie you have to do because of how stacked the West is. Because
you have to do something.
We say it every year. One injury can change everything.
Absolutely. We see it happen all the time.
Every year we see it.
We see it happen all the time.
So like you got to just put your best cards on the table and try to roll with it. So like I get what Sacramento was doing. I like the move for Sacramento.
Yeah, absolutely.
They just got to play their style of ball and see how it shake out. It's going to be competitive night.
They're a fun team to watch.
They zoom up and down the damn court.
Absolutely.